Hi, welcome to Service for the Community. I'm Lauren Culver, and today we have two great guests. First, Pastor Greg Henneman and Mary Gladstone Highland. So first off, can we have you guys introduce everyone to what churches you're from?
I am Greg Henneman, Senior Pastor of Clarkston Community Church, and I've had the privilege of being Senior Pastor here in Clarkston for 21 years.
Wow, that's a long time. That's awesome.
And I'm Mary Gladstone Highland. I'm the Community Outreach Director at Clarkston United Methodist Church, and I've only been here for 2 years, so not quite as long. But.
Yeah, so different amount of time for both of you guys. Awesome. So I guess first to start off, Pastor, you have the 30th annual breakfast going on. Could you tell us more about that?
It's coming up on Tuesday morning, May 19th. It's an annual event where it's called Clarkston Community Awards Breakfast, where we recognize people around town who have been really just serving, volunteering, doing just good things in the community. And we just want to lift that up and celebrate it. It's been going on, I think it was actually started like maybe 50 years ago actually as part of Michigan Week, where communities all around the state were called upon by the governor at that time, whoever that was, to celebrate what's good in their communities and to celebrate Michigan. And it's taken a variety of shapes and forms the last number of years, but what we've been doing the last handful of years is having a breakfast, a delicious catered breakfast by Brioni's, and yeah, it's really awesome. Just all the fixings are there, and we enjoy breakfast together, and then we recognize we have 7 different categories. For example, Citizen of the Year, Business Person of the Year, Youth of the Year, Community Collaboration, Community Beautification. I can't remember all 7 of them, but it's a great time to recognize and honor people who have been just serving, doing a lot of good deeds around the community. The committee that organizes this, we are privileged to host it. It happens at our church in the Refuge, a nice room where we can all gather. But the committee really is composed of people from across town. Wow. There's folks from the chamber there. Dawn Horner, actually, of Clarkston State Bank is the chairperson of it. And Parks and Rec are there. Some folks from the library are there. And some even from the township, and even Matt and Stefan from Independence TV are part of that committee.
That's awesome.
And so together we all pull together to organize that day. And the selection committee that actually selects the awards they're not from our church, but again, just different people from around town. And we ask every year for people to fill out forms, these nomination forms, and just tell the stories of what's going on. People who are doing a lot of good around town, and it's just always a lot of fun for me personally, because I get to kind of MC that morning and just hear the stories of what people are doing.
Yeah.
And there's really a lot to celebrate about Clarkston. We're a blessed community in many ways.
And it's nice that because different groups around town are all coming together for this event, it's really bringing the community together and getting the word out on what's going on.
It's not too late to come. I think right now there's about 150 or so people registered to come.
Wow.
Have room for some more. You can go to clarkstoncommunity.com and purchase a ticket there. And we've publicized in various places. I think it might be on clarkstoncommunity.com, where you can actually look at the list of people who are the awardees.
Okay.
And you might know one of them. I'm not sure. You might know somebody. You might, I'm going to go and support and celebrate what this person has done.
Can we make signs and cheer on people?
Oh yeah, sure. Have fun. Yeah.
Awesome. And so what's the date again for the event?
Tuesday morning, May 19th, at Clarkston Community Church.
Okay. So Tuesday morning, May 19th. Cool. So Mary, what else is going on at your church?
So we just started a new program. It's called Getting Ahead in a Just Getting By World. We call it Getting Ahead for short because that title is very long. But the point of the program is to offer a safe space for people who are living in poverty and generational poverty or near poverty to come and spend some time building their own resources and building their own assets and being with a network of people who can support them through that process. Some of the things I really like about the class is that we're not saying, come here and we're going to tell you everything that you should do with your life and what you shouldn't do, and we've got all the knowledge. It really recognizes that people who are living in poverty are experts of their own situation, and so we ask them to come in and to share with us about what's going on and ask how we can help. We start Wednesday nights with dinner, and we have community time together, and then we go in and we do the class from 6:30 to 9, and childcare is provided, and people are paid for their time. So,
Wow.
You know, a lot of families would have to give up, you know, their job to come and do that. So we don't want that to be a hurdle for people not being able to come. It's a great program, and I'm really excited about it. And we can run about 6 to 12 people. So people, if they're interested, can still join. You can contact me. You can find my information at clarkstonumc.org.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just, I'm really excited about it. It's a brand new program, and it's something that we hope to continue on a rolling basis.
So what are some examples of the specific things you guys talk about there?
So first, like in the first class, we talk about what is it like to live in poverty. And what we're finding is that a lot of people have to spend their time working on those immediate concrete needs, like I have to pay my electric bill, I have to pay my water bill, I have to do this, I have to have childcare, I have to have food. And so people don't get to spend a lot of time thinking about, what is this situation and how do I get out of this, you know? And so this class is a time that sets aside 3 hours during the week where you can sit and think about the larger picture. So we spend time thinking about what is poverty like for me. We talk about what is poverty like in our community specifically and how we can address poverty in our community. And then we work to use the curriculum from Ruby Payne, which talks about the hidden rules of class, which that's kind of fun. You feel like you learn secrets. And how it's really, those hidden rules are all about how to navigate. Like if you're from poverty, how do you navigate in the middle class world? And if you're from middle class, how do you navigate in wealth? And how do you interact together? And then lastly, the end of the workshop is all about, okay, now that we have all this knowledge, what is our plan going forward? Like, what are my steps going to be? And people get to decide that. So somebody might say, I think the thing that's keeping me in poverty is my job doesn't pay enough, so I'm going to go out and try to get a job that pays better, and what are the steps that I need to take to do that? Or somebody could say, you know, I don't know, this situation that I'm living in isn't healthy for me, I'm going to get out of that situation. So the goals are very specific to the person and to the individual.
Okay.
So if anybody wants to join, you can come on May 27th is when the next time that we're going to be welcoming people into that group. And so feel free to contact me. I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, that sounds like, you said it's a new program, so I just have this, I'm sure when people are in poverty or low, whatever, they get overwhelmed by it. And so this helps you guys explain, these are the steps to help you get out.
Well,
That's
and
awesome.
even, you know, it helps them to say, I'm overwhelmed, you know? Yeah. So I think it's a great program.
And it's not the all end, like you can overcome it.
Sure, absolutely, with the right amount of support, you know? And that's the support we're trying to provide. And so you do not have to be a church member to attend.
Okay.
And there's no expectation that you will be afterwards. We hope that you'll come and be like, oh, this church is so kind to me, that you would want to say, but that's not the goal. So anybody is welcome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
So then to go back to you, Pastor Greg, you guys also have Impact Week going on.
Yes, actually that happened several weeks ago on April 25th and 26th. It's Impact Weekend. It's part of My Habitat Clarkston. Several years ago, Pastor Jonathan Hireman from Calvary Lutheran and myself, and actually Brad Irwin, who was with Habitat for Humanity at the time, he's out doing some other things around the county right now that are awesome. And the three of us got together and just kind of brainstormed on how we could partner with Habitat for Humanity, but maybe have it take a different shape, where it's more than just building a house, having an event, and it's over. And so we came up with this idea of My Habitat Clarkston. And it's really going super well right now, gaining a lot of momentum, more and more businesses and churches and people, individuals getting on board. My Habitat Clarkston, the basic idea is that we can pool the resources of our community together, really whoever wants to be involved. And as we become aware of needs, and as any individual or group identifies a need and says, we want to meet this need, and so they have a venue to promote what they're going to do, and other people can get on board. Okay. And so there have just been literally dozens of projects all around town. For example, repairing a porch for an elderly lady, widow lady, who just didn't have the means or wasn't quite sure how to go about it, but some neighbors or friends or someone identified that as a need, and they just rallied some people, so got some funds, got the skills, and just went and helped that lady.
Wow.
And the primary event every year is a Habitat for Humanity house.
Okay.
And on Saturday, April 25th, many of us were out on location and had the house dedication for Shannon Chapman and her 3 beautiful children. And what made it special was she's a military vet. And so that was a special honor to enable her to you talked about moving up economically, socially. Shannon has done that. She's a great worker and strong work ethic, and just needed a little hand up.
Sure.
Not a hand out, but a hand up.
Yeah.
And so we were privileged to hand her the keys to her new house.
Nice.
And that was just so special. We have another project. We're going to try to build a house every year.
Okay.
And so the community, we feel if Clarkston community really comes together, rallies together, we should be able to build a house every year.
Yeah.
And you mentioned
in Clarkston?
In Clarkston.
Okay.
The first house we built 2 years ago was actually in Waterford. We had trouble identifying a spot in Clarkston, but this one in April was in Clarkston, and the one that's on tap now is for this fall is also in Clarkston. And one thing that I personally have become more aware of, it's so easy to think Clarkston, everybody's pretty well to do in Clarkston.
Yeah.
You have to go to Pontiac or Flint or Detroit or somewhere really to deal with, quote, poor people, and not so. Not so.
Every community.
My eyes are continually being opened to just a greater awareness of more people around town who are struggling for whatever reasons, and if we can come alongside and help give them the skill sets, and help give them some resources so that they can go to the next step on their journey.
Wow.
I guess I'd just like to say, My Habitat Clarkston is something that we're encouraging every business, every individual, every group, every church, whoever is welcome to be a part of that. And so feel free to let me know. And because the more people that get involved, the greater impact
It's true.
We can have.
It's true.
So.
And when is this all happening for this year?
Well, My Habitat is really a year-round thing,
Okay.
where there's projects ongoing.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to remember. We do have a website. I think if you just do a search for My Habitat Clarkston, it'll probably pop up.
Okay.
And I know we also have a Facebook page.
Perfect.
And where a lot of pictures and stories are told of what we've already done. And so if you get on Facebook or on that website, it'll fill you in with all the details. And we plan on building another house this fall. So,
awesome. That'd be awesome to have Independence Television come out and
yes,
kind
yes.
of
Yes.
document the whole
Yes.
process of that. That would be
Absolutely, absolutely.
So then, back to you, Mary. You have the taking it to the streets.
Yeah, it's similar. It's an event where you try to get all your church members out and doing mission. And so our event is going to be June 6th, and ours is on a Saturday, and it's a way to get involved in the community. But the one difference is that we collaborate with the United Methodist churches in the area between Flint and Pontiac. And so we have sites up in Flint, we have sites down in Pontiac, and sites in Clarkston. Okay. The ones in Clarkston, we're going to be working in the community garden that's run through the Parks and Rec Center. We're having a free food giveaway at our free food store, and we are doing a Share Your Voice event for those people who can't do the manual labor. They can get out and still provide an asset to people in assisted living homes and things like that. We mobilize about 500 volunteers a year. This year we've got a goal to hit 1,000.
Wow.
And up in Flint, they're doing all sorts of projects. They're removing blight, and they're passing out food. We work with the local food banks who bring in these giant trucks of food, and then in the morning it gets all sorted through, and the word goes out, and you get cars lined up like around the block that come in to get that food. Also, there's a ton of community gardens up in the Flint area that people work in to till and get ready for this year's crops that are there and then available for the neighbors. And so it's nice that it's a nice way to get out and give people the opportunity to maybe just step their foot in the mission water, or to get involved in a small way that's not threatening. You could say, hey, I love to garden. I wouldn't mind getting out for the day and doing that, and gets us on the move, and hopefully helps the communities to see that we're there and that we care about them.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you've reached out pretty far in different communities.
Well, yeah, so it's mostly been in Flint. This is the first year that we're going to do it in Clarkston. So the volunteers typically have gone to Flint. This year they're going to Clarkston. I think there's a site or two in Pontiac, and then next year, the United Methodist Church has districts of churches, and so this is a district event. And so next year they're trying to get it out to further cities like Owasso and places, so that it'll be the whole district eventually. But
so like Flint area, do you have volunteers from there that help you guys as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And it's open to the community to get involved. Come and get a t-shirt and a hot dog and join us.
Free food.
Yeah, free food. And we offer carnival for the kids and music, and just those fun events that can get
people excited.
Get people
and
excited about
do.
what's going on in their neighborhood. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You mentioned the hot dogs. I'd just like to give a shout out to Neiman's Market on that Impact Weekend. They provided subs for all the volunteers.
Wow.
And all the projects, and there were like dozens and dozens of projects all across town, Saturday and Sunday. One of which was a community garden, and so that was awesome. But Neiman's Market provided subs and chips and water, and so I had the privilege of taking some of the food around, and so I got to have lunch like 6 times. And
nothing wrong with that.
And take a bunch of pictures of what everybody's doing around town. And I think I neglected to say that on that weekend, what my church really enjoys is that we cancel our services. And I say this tongue in cheek, but they say, man, this is great. We don't have to hear a sermon today. we can come and
they say that?
Some actually do. Some actually do. They're my buddies. So, I hope they don't mean that.
I hope so.
But we actually meet, just briefly to get organized and then send people out. And instead of worshiping in the church building that day, we call it, for our own people, we call it the church has left the building. Because really the church is not the building, the church is the people.
That's true.
And so the people leave the building and they serve and do all kinds of projects. We partner with the schools, and they do a lot of the spring cleanup for many of the schools around town. And they go into elderly care homes. They take their dogs and
Nice.
talk with people. Yeah. and just all kinds of great things going on.
I know my
on
grandpa
Impact
would have loved
Weekend.
that, because when he
Yeah.
moved into an assisted living place, he had to give up his dog. So
Yeah.
I'm sure that that's
Really?
really meaningful to people.
Absolutely,
Wow.
absolutely. So we had dogs in our sanctuary, in our worship center for a couple of minutes. So
I would
Sure,
bring my
that
dog
was
to that.
exciting. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's great.
And then to go, I can't remember which way we were going, but
I think it's
yeah, it's back to Pastor Greg
Okay.
for the Liberty Fest.
yes, the Liberty Fest is coming up on July 4th. We've been hosting this for, I don't know, more than a handful of years now, where we have the fireworks in town down at Clintonwood Park, which is just a stone's throw from our church facility, and so lots of people like to show up there in our church parking lot to watch the fireworks.
Oh.
And we thought, why not take advantage to just make it a great time for the community. So we just kind of built it into our annual budget, where we provide air games for the kids and free food,
Nice.
pizza and pop and all kinds of candy and stuff, and trinkets, handouts, for the kids, so they're running around with all their little twirly things,
The
and
light up ones.
and all kinds of fun games. A dunk tank.
Oh.
I've been in that dunk tank
I was
most of
gonna
the
ask.
years, and the kids just love soaking me. But I'm just getting old enough now that hurts.
Yeah.
When just to be sitting there and to fall and to get wet and climb up on that thing.
It's probably cold water too.
It's cold. It's cold, and some years it wasn't all that hot.
Yeah.
The weather, and
true.
so. But it's just a great time for families to come out, and a lot of them just bring blankets and just enjoy the evening. They start coming out 6, 7 o'clock in the evening. There's face painting for the kids, and they just have a family fun time. We normally have some kind of music. Sometimes it's a live band, and sometimes it's just kind of CD stuff over the speakers. Have some patriotic songs, and then at 10 o'clock, I believe, is when the fireworks happen.
I think so.
And it's
I'm sure that's a great view, even from there.
it's a very good view, especially in recent years. They moved it across the road up behind Everest Academy, and which is a higher elevation.
Okay.
And
You're like right in there then.
yeah, it's a
That's
great view.
awesome.
And of course, Parks and Rec have their own thing going on down at Clintonwood Park, and there's several thousand, several thousand people down there, because there's 1,500 to 2,000 just on our church property.
Dang.
So we're packed out. So and we work hand in hand with Parks and Rec, and
Okay.
and coordinate with the police, and the traffic flow and everything.
That's good.
So
All working together.
yeah.
I'm so excited
Yeah.
for that this year.
Yeah.
I've been off and about going other places, but I'm
Yeah.
excited to be here this year.
Good. Well, come
See
on
the
over.
fireworks.
Yeah, it sounds like a great event.
It does.
Yeah, the food actually costs down at Clintonwood, but it's free at our place. So
Oh. Hint, hint. That's funny. So Mary, what else do you guys have going on?
So the last event that I wanted to talk about is June 15th through the 19th. We are offering an event for anybody who would like to participate. It's called Adult Righteous Mission. It's our mission trip that we do once a year, where we go out and we take a week and go to places like Detroit and Pontiac and Flint. For the past couple of years, we've been going to Pontiac. Last year we went to the Baldwin Center in Pontiac, and the year before that, and we helped build some gazebos, and we renovated their free store and worked in their community garden and did a lot of landscaping projects. We built this shelter for people to sit under, like a pavilion to sit and eat and have picnics and stuff when the weather's nice, to get outdoors. And so it's really a nice way to get out and use your muscles and get moving, but it's also a really great way to partner with those organizations that are not very far from us. So we worked with Baldwin Center last year. This year we're going to the Hope Warming Center, which is a warming center. It's actually right across the street from the Baldwin Center, so we'll find it easy to get to.
That's good.
Right on Baldwin and Pontiac. And we send about 125 to 150 volunteers down there that week, and we're going to go and build some fences for them and do a bunch of landscaping and pavilions, and it's a big fun event that gets people out and working. And we have some really committed church volunteers who just spend an enormous amount of their time planning this event. There's an enormous amount of resources that go into to building it all. We partner with Lowe's, and we partner with different organizations to get grants to get the supplies to get it done. But it's a fun week, and you start out really early in the morning with a free breakfast, and then you get out there and you get some work done, and by the end of the day you are exhausted. But
it's worth it.
But it's so worth it. Yeah, it's a great event. So that's June 15th through the 19th, and it's open to anybody. It's called Adult Righteous Mission, but it's anybody can come and join and participate. We've had junior hires who come along working with their moms in the community gardens picking the strawberries, and I mean it's a really great event.
That sounds awesome.
So you can find more about it on our website.
Cool.
Good.
So, I guess to finish off, do you guys have anything else you guys want to add in?
Well, I can't remember if I mentioned with Community Awards Breakfast coming up on Tuesday, May 19th. I'm not sure if I said it's from 7:30 in the morning till 9. So 7:30 to 9 a.m. And so it doesn't take all morning. So you can come to the breakfast and still get off to work.
That's good. That's good to know. Good. You have like a full day before you go to work.
Yeah.
Anything else, Mary?
No, I think there's an exciting summer of opportunities coming up for all the churches in the area, and so if you're looking for a way to get involved, Clarkston community in general has a way to make that happen.
That's true. Even just you guys alone have so much going on. People can't be bored this summer.
No.
There's tons of ways to get involved.
Yes, along those lines, just a plug for Calvary Lutheran Church, Jonathan Hireman. This fall, this is part of My Habitat Clarkston. We kind of organized the spring event, which was April 25, 26, or was it 24, 25, whatever. And in the fall, Calvary Lutheran will be kind of spearheading the event. And they will do a Church Has Left the Building.
Okay.
Usually it's the first weekend of November. Is that 7 and 8 or 9? One of that first weekend of November.
Yep. My brother's getting married then, so.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's the first weekend.
So right after the wedding, you can go out and start building a house.
There we go.
There you go. There you go.
2 big events in 1 week. Well, I guess that will do it for service for the community. Thank you guys so much for coming in
You're welcome.
Talking about what's going on. So we'll see you next time.